great Sunday. This particular class, I am expecting you to take notes. So please grab something to write with and take notes. Many people are trying to be successful. They just don't know what the steps are and all those kind of things. I'm going to share that with you. Okay. This is going to be, in my opinion, a life-changing class for many of you guys. I really believe it will. You're talking to a person who went all the way up to multi-millionaire status, lost everything, and was able to come back. And if I tilt the camera, you'll see I'm living on the lake again, driving a new car, doing da-da-da-da. How is that possible? Well, you guys are going to find out today. So again, this is, if you're looking for a quick, give me the 2-3 steps so I can get on about my way, this is not going to be the video for you. And you're going to constantly be chasing success, and success is not going to find you. But if you really want to find out how to be successful, what is it to be successful? What does it look like? So forth. Tune in, and I promise you, I will not waste your time. This will be something that will change your life. I promise you it will. Okay? All right. So, first of all, I got a couple of questions, and I'm going to give you, I promise you, you're going to have the list of things, and it's very simple. And you're going to find that it was probably right there in front of you the whole time. But before we do that, I got a couple of questions I want to ask you guys. And when we get done with this class, you're going to be like, you know what, that was the actual, that was a darn good class. I actually should be charging for this particular class. I really should. This should be a lecture class I should be charging for, but I love you guys. I'm doing it free. So here we go. The first question I'm going to ask you guys, and make sure you're taking notes. Don't ever come on Sunday to my class and not take notes. It's not one of those kind of situations where it's a YouTube video on a quick tips just to get. No, I'm really teaching you classes. So this is your class on Sundays. When I do these classes, I'm doing this to help you find your own success in Forex and other different things. So make sure you're here, you're serious, and you're not wasting my time, and I'm not wasting your time. We're all here trying to come up and be successful. So let's find out what it looks like, okay? So some of my videos will be all about Forex and some will not. This one is more important than Forex itself. And by the time we get to the end of this lecture, you're going to find out that I was actually telling you the truth. I ask you, please hit the like and subscribe button so that when I do videos, you'll have them fresh. And then please share it with other people, especially this video, okay? All right, let's begin. Question number one for you. Watch this, and you're going to see why I'm asking these questions. Question number one for you. Are you a great multitasker? So as I'm asking this, and I see people are piling in, as I'm asking this question, I want to get a response from you guys. Are you good at multitasking? Type a number one in the box if you're a good multitasker. Good morning, everybody. I see all the good mornings coming in. Good morning to you guys. Type a number one in the box if you're a good multitasker. You guys are going to be fascinated by the reasons why I'm asking this question. Okay, I see number one's coming in. So people saying, yes, I'm a good multitasker. Number two, are you good at managing several responsibilities at one time? Being a multitasker is one thing, but being able to handle it and manage it well is a different thing. Type a number two in the box if you're good at managing several responsibilities at the same time. Meaning you're juggling your job, you're trying to learn Forex, you're trying to do this, you're trying to open a business, you're trying to do that, and you're trying to do all these at the same time, but you're good and you're able to handle it. Type a number two if you're good at that. Okay, I see the number twos coming in. Good. All right. Number three, are you talented with multiple gifts? In other words, you're very skilled or natural abilities at multiple gifts. Type a number three in the box if that fits you. Type a number three in the box if that fits you. You're good at multiple different things. Okay, I see the number threes coming in. I promise you, y'all gonna love this class. By the end of this lecture today, your eyes are gonna be open. I promise you. I'm not trying to clickbait you and all that kind of stuff. I'm being a blessing to you. Even these questions I'm asking, you're going to see why I'm asking them. Matter of fact, I'm going to give it to you now. The first question for those who just jumping in, are you a great multitasker? The second question, are you good at managing several responsibilities at one time? Meaning a father, wife, husband, this, that, and the other, multiple jobs, raising children, holding it down, getting into Forex, learning cryptocurrency trading, da, 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 da. The third thing, are you talented and gifted in many different areas? You can sing, you can dance, you can write, you can rap, you can do this, you're good at numbers, you da, 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 okay? So, if you feel you meet all of these, type a number 5 in the box. Type a number 5 in the box. If you're good at all of these, if you say yes to all of these, okay, I see the number 5s popping in. Good. Here's an eye opener for you. That's why you're not successful. I told you, you guys are going to learn from me today. You're going to learn from my failures, and you're going to learn from what I learned to do right. That is part of the reason why success is not at your door. One person said, no, I'm not good at all that. That's the right answer. That's exactly correct. You cannot be good at all things if you cannot be successful at all things at one time. That is why success is not at your doorsteps. I had to learn that the hard way. And when I go back through my life of when I was highly successful, I found that that's when I wasn't doing those things. Are you guys hearing me? Oh, this is just the opening. Just stick with me. I told you, get notes, write. You're going to learn from my failures, and you're going to learn from my experience on what it takes to actually be considered successful. See, a lot of people now, they like that I live on the lake. They like that my new car, and they like this, that, and the other, but they don't understand what went on behind the scenes. And I'm walking you through how to not shove success away from you while you're chasing it. That's part of the reason why you're chasing success, but it's not finding you. Let's keep going. That was the opener. Watch this. This is going to be an interesting game. I'm going to play a game with you guys, and you're going to see where I'm going with this. I'm going to play a game called the name game, and I'll need y'all to participate. Watch this. I'm literally teaching you about success. Here we go. Name game goes like this. I'm going to say a name, and when I say the name, you say what you first think about when you hear the name. Watch how success. Watch. I promise you. Don't play around with your life. If you want to be successful, stick to this lesson that I'm teaching today, because I promise you, you'll probably never hear it this way anywhere else. So here's the name game. The first name that I call out, and as I'm going through these names, it's a simple response. Tell me what you think first. The first word that hit your mind. Here we go. Michael Jordan. Type in the box. What do you think about? What do you think? One word. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm seeing a lot. The responses are basically basketball. Good. Number 2, LeBron James. What do you think about LeBron James? Don't go deep. Just the first word. Don't go deep thinking, well, maybe he think this or maybe he think that. No, just give me the answer that you really believe is in your head as soon as you hear it. All right? Okay. Obama. Come on, play the name game. Y'all gonna see where I'm going with this. Obama. Come on, Obama. All right. President. All right. Good. Next one. Tiger Woods. The first word you think. Don't go giving these deep answers. Just one thing. Tiger Woods. What do you see? There we go. We back on course now. I don't want y'all thinking deep. I want y'all to think just where it is. There you go. Golf. Next one. Denzel Washington. Come on. Denzel Washington. All right, there you go. Actor, movie, you got it. Y'all getting it? Okay. Uncle P, me. What do you think about? One word, bad or good, no matter. What do you think about? Good. Forex, comedian. Somebody said, yeah. Forex, okay? Watch this one. Say your name. What is the one word everybody would think about when they say your name? Think about it. See, success, watch this. Don't type it in here because I want y'all to think about this. I'm giving it to you. Michael Jordan, basketball. LeBron James, basketball. Obama, president. Tiger Woods, golf. Denzel Washington, actor. Me, Forex. You, undefined. Do you see how the reason why I told you, don't give me all these other answers, just give me the first one. Why? Because when you look at them, now we have all these extra things we can say about them. But that's not what we originally knew about them. What we originally knew about them is one word. Because Michael Jordan, we know that, okay, he got the shoes, he got the this, he got the that. The problem is that he never had that before he became successful at what? One thing first, and that was basketball. This is the same guy who they didn't say he did that well early on in his career. And now everybody's paying $200, $300, $400 for his shoe after he was successful at one thing. LeBron James, successful in basketball. Now he's an entrepreneur. Now he does this, he does that, and the other, just like Shaq. And we can go on and on and on. Tiger Woods, one thing we all know, golf. That's the first thing you think about. You don't think about the Nike deals and the bad women relationships. You don't think about none of that. First thing you think about is what he became successful and well known for. The question is, multitaskers, are you already seeing, and I'm not, this is still the opening. Can you already see where your flaw is? Do you see why I asked those questions in the very beginning? I was setting you up so that your mind is open to receive what I'm trying to teach you today. You want success? I'm going to give you this. I got you. But I got to open your mind up first so that you can see where your mistakes are, why success is not visiting you. You can't attach one word to your name when people think of you because you're doing so many different things. And that's why you're a multitasker. You know the old saying, jack of all trades, master of what? None. You're not mastering anything. And that's why you're having a hard time with success. But that's not success though. Let's keep going. Here we go. The problem is you're not focused enough. Here's number one, write this down. You're not focused. All successful people have this in common. They are very focused on one task. And then once they achieve success, they blossom into other things. AKA Amazon. Jeff Bezos stepped down as running Amazon. Why? Because now he succeeded in the thing that he started, and now he's ready to blossom into other things. But he would not be willing or able to blossom into other things like the blue something. I forgot, Blue Origin, I think it's his new project. He's blossoming into other things now because he's achieved success in the one thing he focused on. He was focused. You're not focused. Going back to those questions, are you a multitasker? Are you good at managing several responsibilities? Are you talented in multiple gifts? See, that sounded all good until now you're hearing about what successful people actually do. They focus on one thing at a time. And when they have reached the level of success, and we're going to talk about that even more, stay tuned. We're going much deeper. This is still the opening. But what you're going to find when you're looking at these icons is they all have one thing in common. Number one, focus. Here's what happens when you're not focused. You have multiple strategies, and I'm talking about Forex traders here. Okay, I'm gonna lean this back to Forex traders for a moment. But this principle of success links to anything that you're involving yourself into. But since you guys are here for Forex and you know me for Forex, let me talk about that for a moment. Here we go. In Forex, because you're not focused enough, you have multiple strategies. You got multiple indicators. You got multiple charts. You don't know which one is successful and which one ain't because you keep switching in and out all the time. Every time a YouTube video come out with a brand new strategy, you're chasing it down. New indicators. You're always, every weekend, you're spending hours looking at new indicators and slapping them on the charts. You don't know which one to trust. Why? Because you're not focused. Tell yourself the truth. This is why I like hitting you where it belongs, because you know what? The good part about this camera is that I don't have nobody in front of me where you can lie to me and I can lie to you. It's just you dealing with yourself, just like I had to do. And the truth of the matter is, you really don't know which indicator to trust. You don't know which strategy to trust because you keep blending 3, 4, 5, 10 indicators and 10 strategies together, trying to combine one, trying to find the holy grail. Why? Because you're not focused. People, look, somebody already agreed. And don't give them the secret, Jay. Don't give them the secret. Don't give them the secret. Let them buy it. With the cheap sales, don't want to spend money to invest, but you got it. Plenty in my group, including me. I've already written up my 415 or my 415 strategy list. I'm already ready to go. Took me just about 10 minutes. Jay, you know the strategy in my group. You know it. Took me about 10 minutes last night. I already got my strategies on which pairs I'm looking at for the week because I got focused. One strategy, one trading system. I'm good to go all week. Some of y'all been spending hours marking up charts. I don't do that crap. It took me 10 minutes and let me count how many pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 pairs on my ready to go list. And as soon as they show me on my scanner that it's ready to go, I'm ready to go. And it took me 10 minutes. Why? Because I got focused, so focused until I was able to narrow down exactly what I'm looking for. And I don't have 30 and 40 indicators, 50 and 60 strategies. Why? Because I used to do that and I was so confused and I had to get focused. Are you focused? No. Why? Because you're what? You're a great multitasker. What? You're great at managing several responsibilities, too much on your plate. You know you burnt out. You don't even give enough time and patience. And I'm running ahead. You don't give enough time and effort into one part of Forex before you jump into something else. That's why Forex is forbidding you. Write this down. Forex is forbidding you to enjoy its fruits to the point where you don't even think it's real. You trade every week. I'm going to step on your toes. You trade every week. You know it's possible, but you're involved in something that you don't really believe in your heart is even real anymore. Type in number 10 in the box if I just hit on a sore spot. You know I'm telling the truth. Type in number 10. Come on, talk to me. Talk to me. If you're brand new, this is what we do on Sundays. I lecture. I don't give these little quick da-da-das. Plenty of people on the internet, on YouTube and all that. If you're looking for that, go ahead. But if you're looking for somebody to really talk the truth to you and to really encourage you and give you the real nuggets of truth that you need to be successful, then stay tuned, because this is what I do. I'm not going to be like anybody else out there. I am who I am. And I enjoy what I do. I'm not for everybody, but I know I'm touching just one life. If I can change one life, then I've done what I'm here to do. And many of you guys are trying to find success and it's eluding you and you don't know why. And you are frustrated and depressed. Let me say this. Write this word down. Write this down. Write this down. Quick, because I want to get back. I've got a lot to share with you guys. I was in prayer. And I ain't no preacher. I'm just Uncle P. I ain't no preacher. I love Jesus and he loves me, and that's all I know. I don't need to be da-da-da. But I will tell you this. I was in prayer the other day about people with depression. And you know, there was a thought that hit my head. Write this down, write this down, write this down. Because some of you guys, Forex has caused you to be in depression. You've tried so hard and you've found no success, and now you're depressed. It got you moody. You ain't telling nobody in your house. I don't know what happened. All right, I'm back. So you ain't telling nobody in your house about it, but it's real. And you ain't said nothing to nobody. But it's a secret that you have. You're in a lot of pain because of Forex, because you tried so hard. And this thing is beating the heck out of you. Write this down. The word depressed, I'm going to give you a definition of it. I'm going to give you a definition and share this with people who you hear or you know they're depressed and may not say nothing, but they are. And the reason why, write this down in your notes, depression comes from, let me give it to you like this. Depression comes from disappointment on steroids. Write that down. Write that down. Depression comes from disappointment on steroids. That's what this Forex market has done to you. You are so disappointed until now you're secretly depressed. And your depression comes from your disappointment or your lack of success. And that's why today's class is going to be extremely beneficial for you. Extremely. Just right off the top, you can see, yeah, he's right. I am a multitasker. I got way too much going on. See, if you go back to Steve Jobs, you go back to Jeff Bezos early in the early days. If you go back to LeBron James, you go back to Tiger Woods, you go back to all these different people. You go to Steve Harvey. You go to talk to Tyler Perry. They were only doing one thing that they focused their energy on, and it cost them dearly. Steve Harvey slept in his car trying to be a comedian. Now he's a household name. Tyler Perry, running plays, lost all his money because nobody was showing up to his plays. But now he's a household, and he ended up sleeping in his car. Household name. See, one thing they focused on at a time. And this is just one. So write down focus. You're not focused. You got too much going on. Number 2, let's keep going. Patience. Write that down. To be successful, you must have patience. Your lack of patience is killing your... Let me get to this. Watch this. Let's take notes on this one. Because see, unless I slap you with truth, some of y'all ain't going to listen anyway. That's why people who come to my thing, I'm telling you up front, on Sundays, if you just coming for a quick answer, then you're in the wrong place. You need to go on somewhere else. I'm giving you a lecture of information. I'm not going to quickly just toss you out a couple of quick nuggets in 2 minutes and then you off. That's what you do with everybody else. And let me ask you a deep question. How has that been working for you? Have you found success doing that? Exactly. That's why you're still scouring the internet looking for success, because you're too impatient. Here's the consequences of not having patience. Write this down. You try something for 2 to 3 trades, and I'm talking about Forex traders here. So if you're a Forex trader and you tuned in, watch this. You try something for 2 to 3 trades, and then you're off to the next indicator. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 2 to 3 trades, and you're already done with that indicator, you're off to the next one. You're in and out of trades too much. You trade too much. That's why you prefer to be a scalper than a swing trader or a day trader. You want to be in and out. No patience. Don't get no, just I need my money now. I need it now. Like it's a 30-second microwave. Now. Oh, let's keep going. You are drawn to scalping with absolutely no success because you're too stubborn to get trained professionally, but you want the fast money. You force trades. Watch this. Oh, I'm stepping on toes now. Come on now. You force trades even when you clearly know the setup doesn't even look right. But what? You're impatient. I need money now. Right. Yeah, that's what some red just said. Right now. Yes. Yeah. Now. I need now. 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 Give me your strategy now. And for free. Give it to me now. You buy indicators. They clearly have instructions on how to use it. Do you look at it? No. Somebody said 877 cash now. Oh, God, that's too funny. Y'all are funny. Oh, y'all some funny people, Jesus. Oh, my God. I enjoy y'all. Oh, I love y'all, boy. Oh, my God, that's too funny. The problem is, let me get focused. The problem is going back. Are you a great multitasker? Yeah, you are, but that means you have to move quickly. So you're not focused and you don't have enough patience to stick with anything. And you know I'm telling the truth. Let's go to the next one. Number 3. We're almost done. We're almost done. Ain't that cool? We're almost done. Write this one down. Number 1 was you're not focused enough. Number 2, your lack of patience. Number 3, you're not disciplined. Write it down. Discipline. And then I'll give you the list, the success list. And when we go through that, it's all going to click together and you'll say, you know what? Dang, dude, you got that. I understand now. So watch this. You're not disciplined. You don't study the tutorial manual or videos that came with the indicators. You have to trade. You have a trade tracking sheet. Watch this. And especially if you're in my group, you already know this because we gave you one. It's in the tutorials. A trade tracking sheet so you can track your trades and keep track of them. If you have any questions on any trades, bring the trade tracking sheet with you and just ask me on Tuesday and Wednesday's classes. I'm right there. Just ask me. People do it. I love it. People do it. But a lot of y'all now are too lazy. You're not disciplined. You want success, but you don't want to do what successful people do. Let's go back to this list of names again. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, about all these different people, Tiger Woods. One thing you can say about them, they are very disciplined or was disciplined in their field. They were focused, patient, and disciplined. If you look at LeBron James, Michael Jordan, all these different people, you'll see that they were on the court still practicing hours before or hours after everybody else had left the gym. They were still there practicing. They were disciplined. What about you? What about you? You always want something that you're not willing to work for. You want it quick. Give it to me now. And because of your lack of discipline, you don't stick to nothing. So here we go again with the list of what you don't do. And then we'll go to the list of success. I promise you I'm going to give it to you. You don't study the tutorial manuals or the videos that come with the indicators. Let me give you an example. I can't tell you the number of people who signed up, and we literally have simple step-by-step tutorials and printed material to make sure you understand how to get it. Do you know how many people sit there and say, oh, well, how do I get into the tutorial group? Did you go through the tutorial steps? I'm sorry, into the Telegram group. How do I get into your private Telegram groups? Did you go through the tutorial steps? It's a big one there that says, click here to get into the tutorial groups. Big button. Right there in the steps. How do I download the indicators? It's right there in the steps. And it's 2 different methods. We have an auto installer in case you're not tech savvy, then just follow the auto installer, which will install the indicators in 20 seconds for you. And still people don't even look at that. And you expect to come in here and be successful? You expect for me to make you a success? I can't, because it requires your participation of discipline and focus and patience and doing what your part is. I can't do everything for you. If y'all understand what I'm saying so far, type an amen in the box. Type amen in the box. Come on now. You got to do your part. A mentor can only go so far with you. At the end of the day, you got to be disciplined. Let's keep going on this discipline. You have a trade tracking sheet, but never use it. Some of y'all, you have a trade tracking sheet. You have not used it yet, or maybe you used it one day and that was about it. You have a trading plan. Oh, this one gonna hurt your feelings, but it's gonna tell the truth. The truth will what? Set you free. Here you go. You have a trading plan, but you never stick to it. Why? Every weekend, you say, okay, you pull out your trading plan. You say, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. And when the week begins, you never stick to it. Why? And you expect them to be successful? You say you're not going to over leverage your account, but do it every time and you blow it. Uh-oh. Type a number 20 in the box. I ain't gonna look. Type a number 20 in the box if you're guilty. Come on. Type it. Type a number 20 in the box if you know you're guilty of that. You said you will not. This week, I refuse to over leverage my account. And you said that last week and you still did it. Type a number 20. Come on. All righty then. Come on. You ain't alone. That's one I'm still working on too, especially when you see them good old setups. I'm gonna triple my account in this one trade, and that be the very one that don't work out. And you blew your account again and again and again. That's a lack of discipline. You are never consistent with anything you have ever done in your life. And I'm sorry to tell you the truth, but the truth will set you free. You gotta admit, have I ever been truly disciplined with anything I've ever had I set my heart to do? Have I ever? I'll be transparent with you. I just brought on an accountability partner. I'm down about maybe 50 or 60 pounds from my heaviest weight. And I said I still want to lose another 30. But doggone it, them cupcakes and cookies keep calling my name, Jesus. They just keep calling me. They keep calling me, Jesus. They keep calling me. So it don't matter. I got a gym right here. I go hit my gym, or I go walking and do some miles with my wife and this and that. I do all that. And I ain't losing hardly nothing no more. Why? Because the cupcakes and the cookies keep calling me, Jesus. They just keep calling me. And I can't resist like an addict. And that's why I'm not getting the results I want. Unlike my wife is extremely disciplined. She fasts 4 days a week. Not for religious reasons, just for health reasons. She's disciplined. I see her do it. I seen her lose the weight. I want to be like her. There's no reason I can't be like her. Just like some of you guys, you're trying to be successful. You see it, but it's not at your door. Why? For one reason. Are you willing to do what it takes to get it? And arguing with people in your house ain't gonna work, because you're trying to blame them for your lack of discipline. You're pointing fingers at everybody else. The problem is you. Are you ready for the list of success? Type a number 30 in the box if you're ready for it now. All right, here we go. Get your pens up. I had to slap you in the face with truth first because of these things that you're doing that is not correct. That's the reason why success is running away from you as quick as it can. And I don't care how many dream boards you write up and how many goal sheets and how you read your daily mantra of how you're going to be successful. Until you clean up your behavior, the next things that I'm going to tell you about will not matter. It's a waste of your time. Just like me, this week I'm cleaning up my eating. I keep saying I want this success on losing another 30. So I can look like one of my sons, two of my sons. Well, actually all three of my sons, they all fit nicely, except for my oldest son. He got some children now, and so he was, huge. You know, he packed on a little stomach. Why? Because he stopped being disciplined. Because now his focus is somewhere else, and that's respectable. That's okay. But my other two sons, yeah, they slim and fit and everything else. I just want to look like them. I ain't fat no more, but I just want to look like them. So I can hit this weights all I want. Ain't nothing gonna happen. Because I keep working out. I drink plenty of water every day. I exercise, and then I go and treat myself to, I say, okay, my reward for my work is one little snack a day, but I can't stop. It's just, and so I'm defeating the purpose, just like some of y'all. Success will run, and it has been running, eluding me when it comes to packing on muscle. So here we go. Let's begin. And we'll be done in just a few moments. I promise you we will, because I'm finna go for a ride and hang out, go on a date with my wife. I've told you, by the way, I've told many of you guys, I don't know how many times on this video, don't ever take trades when the market first opens. Are you disciplined enough? No, you marked up your charts over the weekend. And so as soon as the market opened, you want to be the first one to the market, which is silly behind. I even did a live video. Go through my YouTube things and I'll show you. I think it's watch how your broker rips you off or something like that. Don't go through my YouTube channel. I've been doing these videos for years. Still here. Go look at that video that I did. And I showed live proof why I always tell you, don't ever take live trades as soon as the market opens. You're going to get played, guaranteed. Are you disciplined? Nope, you've been doing it since. For me, when I'm done with this video, helping you guys, I'm going to be heading out and enjoying the weather and going for a cool ride and chilling with my wife on a Sunday, even though the market's open. Not for me today. I'm taking the break. Check it later, but not right now. So let's begin. Here's success. Number one. We've already actually went through it, but we're going to stress it again. Number one, you have to be focused. We do understand it now. Number two, you do have to be patient. We understand that. Number three, you do have to be disciplined. We understand that. But number four is the key. Watch this. Number four is going to get you. We didn't talk about number four. Number four is very important that I need you to write this down right now as I speak. What does success look like to you? What does it look like to you? Let me give you an example. When I used to do real estate, and I told my students about this, how I came up the first time, and I was retired in my late 20s. That was because I was doing real estate. I went to school for real estate. I ended up getting 2 real estate licenses in real estate, even though, watch this, focused. I had never sold one piece of real estate property to anybody. I held 2 licenses in 2 different states and never sold one piece of property to anybody. Focus. Why did I do it then? Why did I go through going and paying to go to school, 2 different schools, to learn how to do real estate and get a real estate license if my intention, watch what I'm saying, my intention was never to sell a piece of real estate to anybody? Then why did you do it? See, it doesn't make sense to you at the moment, does it? But when you're focused and you understand your goals, it will make sense. The reason I did that is because I always was going to be an investor. I had no patience. See, I know what I wasn't going for. I had no patience to drive your behind around and spend my whole weekend away from my beautiful wife, spending a whole weekend driving your butt around to 20 and 30 houses for you to say, you know, I ain't sure if I like this one. I didn't like the floors. I didn't like the curtains. And then after we finally find you a good property, your raggedy behind ain't got no money and the loan didn't go through. Oh, heck no. Wasn't going to happen. Wasn't going to happen, partner. I even compromised on my principle one time with a friend who came down. I was living in a different state. He seen my houses and this and that. He was like, dang, you live in Plum. I'm going to come down there. I said, all right, well, come on. He said, well, can you show me around the house? Well, okay, all right. I am licensed. And I broke my rule. Took this fool around, spent all them hours looking at properties, on the golf course and near sports stars and this and that, only for them. Well, you know, I talked to my wife and you know, man. And I just reminded me, go, don't ever compromise on your goal. I said I ain't telling nothing to nobody, and I broke my rules and it irritated me. So then the question is, why did you do it, Uncle P? I'll tell you why, because I was focused and disciplined. I spent all that money and them months in school learning real estate and got my license so that as an investor, when I said I wanted to work with real estate agents and have them be my lookouts, my search dogs for properties, I knew they couldn't get over on me as an investor. Why? Because I went to school and I learned y'all's tricks too. I ain't got the patience to go do the individual thing, and I'll hire you to do that. But when it comes down to the transactions, I was disciplined enough to learn the game. Did you hear what I said? I was disciplined enough to learn the game in the states that I wanted to do business in. That is why I've gotten my real estate license. It was never to sell to them. It was to hire them, or I can do it myself. You want me to tell you somebody else who did the same thing? And then we're going to get to this last one. Mark Cuban. If you ever listen to Mark Cuban's story, the billionaire who actually owns the Dallas Cowboys and this and that, if you ever listen to him, he had the same thing. He was focused. And he said he was always studying his subject before he got into it. That's how he became who he is. He was broke just like me. But he ended up studying his subjects and then developing a business around it. He was disciplined. And he says, I still do the same thing today. Before I jump in anything, I study it first. One of my sons had called me up just yesterday, day before yesterday, and said, Dad, have you ever done that XYZ? Because they know I've done a lot of things. He said, have you ever done XYZ? Have you heard of this and that? I said, son, have you studied it? See, don't go by what people say. Have you studied it? Are you disciplined? And I'm being honest and I'm going to be transparent. Actually, I'm going to leave that alone because then people won't get on me. That was a personal conversation. Anyway, moving on. Here we go. Here's the last piece. Here's the last piece and we're done. These different success tips that I'm giving you, watch this. Watch how this all comes together, and then you'll walk away with something that nobody ever gave you, which is love and care. Watch how this all ties to one thing. So when you're focused, patient, and disciplined, it becomes very easy. Write this down. This next one is so important. Number 4. It all becomes very easy when you understand what is your purpose in life. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I just hit on something real deep. I bet you if I did a survey right now and had honest people in this group, and I said type a number 50 in the box if you know very clearly that you don't know what your purpose in life is. I wonder how many honest people would be able to say, you know what, you're right, man, I don't know what my purpose in life is. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I'm here. And because you don't know why you're here, going back to the original questions, and if you're late to this class, make sure you play this back from the very beginning. Thank you. Well, I got one honest person. Thank you. Go back to the original reasons. I told you by the time we get to the end of this class, I said the questions I asked you in the beginning and this entire dissertation that I just gave you, it's all going to make sense when we hit to the end. Now, there we go. I got a bunch of honest people. There goes to 50s. Thank you for the honesty. I appreciate honest people because I had to be honest with myself. Why was I highly successful in one area and not highly successful in another? It's because I gave focus and energy and patience to one because I understood why I was doing it. And the other one, I just got into it because it sounded good. You would not waste thousands of dollars and hours upon hours of months and months of your life going to school for something you know goodness well you're never going to do unless you had a reason, unless you were focused. This Forex stuff took about 5 years out of my life, 4.5 years out of my life. But I earned the right to sit before you now because of all the mess I went through with this crap. I earned the right. And here's the point. This is not my final stop. How do I know that? Because deep in my heart, it doesn't match 100% with my purpose. Some of you guys, let me bless your soul real quick. Let me bless your soul. We really need to speak about this because I promise you, I hear people say all the time, you know, my goal is to be a full-time Forex trader. Well, if you ever hear a full-time Forex trader talk, you realize they don't focus on this 100% because they realize, okay, this was a stepping stone to finance whatever I'm really here to do. Because by the time you figure it out, you don't need to spend much time on that. So that can't be your life goal. It can finance your life goal, but it can't be your goal. Because by the time you figure it out, it becomes very simple. And you're going to realize how many years and hours you wasted of your life trying to make this your lifetime goal. In essence, it was just a path on the way to your goal. But you don't understand any of this whole conversation I just said. It's hard for you to connect the dots when you don't know what your purpose is. Why are you here? I promise you, some of you guys, you don't even realize it. That's why you're angry so much. You think it's just Forex and you think it's just this. No, it's because you don't know why you're here. You're frustrated because you don't have a focus. So you wake up every day, you're drinking, you're smoking, you're hanging out with the wrong people, you're trying to dibble and dab in Forex, you're trying to dibble and dab in this and that, and you got 5 different ventures going on, and none of it is bringing you success. Why? Because at the end of the day, going back to the list, Michael Jordan, one thing, basketball. LeBron James, one thing, basketball. Tiger Woods, one thing, golf. And now that they've succeeded, they can branch out into other things because that focus brought them the finances they need. Jeff Bezos, Tyler Perry. I can go on and on with successful people, and you begin to see the same rhythm, the same current of truth, and you see why you don't have it. You don't have one single thing to focus on. So you're focusing on multiple different things and getting nothing done because you don't really know what you're trying to accomplish. Something in you says you're supposed to be great at something, but you don't know what it is. And so you're dibbling dabbling at so much because you don't know what your purpose is. Let me clarify and leave you guys with this. When I was younger, success to me was just like anybody else, buying cars, buying houses. I told you guys when I was living around the corner from Deion Sanders and Torrey Hunter, I had actually 3 homes right in the same area. 3 of them. We called it the small, medium, and large house. We had a 2,500 square foot house, a 4,000 square foot house, and a 7,000 square foot house, about 10 minutes apart from each other. Who does that? Buying new cars every year or every other year. Who does that? Unfocused people. See, I was smart enough to make the money to get there, but was dumb when I got it. Because I didn't know what I was supposed to be successful at. I thought it was just, be successful and show off. Success is quite different to me now. You want to know what success is to me? All right, here we go. Yes, I can turn my camera right here, and y'all will be looking literally at the lake. I can go to my garage and you see some nice vehicles. That's fine, but you don't see me showing them off a lot. You'll see it every once in a while, but not a lot, because that ain't success to me no more. I'm gonna tell you what success was to me, and you gotta answer this question for yourself. And when you answer this question and you are able to define what success and purpose looks like for you, then success will come. I'm here. It will knock on your door, seeking to find you. But right now it's eluding you because you have no clarity. And success is not going to give you clarity. Success will find you when you're clear. Did you hear what I said? Write that down. Let me pause and then I'll say what success looked like to me. I'm gonna repeat that because if you don't hear nothing else I said. I told you this is going to be life-changing for somebody out there. Success is not going to give you clarity. Why do you think there's so many rich people who are still committing suicide? Because they achieved success, but it did not give them a definition of what they were here for. They thought it was, and it didn't. Stop chasing money. That's why the Bible said the love of money is the root of all evil. Why? Because while you chasing that paper, the paper ain't chasing you. And even when you get it, it will not give you fulfillment. There will always be something missing. Therefore, I cannot say success is money. It can provide for you, but it cannot be your end all. You can have a lot of money and still you're going to be depressed. Because the truth of the matter is, success is not based on how much you have. It's based on what your purpose is. And when you fulfill your purpose, or even begin to chase your purpose, success will start knocking on your door saying, hey, I want to come along too. Success looks for people to invest in who's worth it. And you're a multitasker with no focus and no understanding of what your purpose is, and that's why success is eluding you, including on these Forex charts. You got too much going on. So success says, call me later. Call me later. Right now, you got too much going on. Here's what success, and I'll leave you with this. Here's what success looks like to me. And I'm going to give you I will touch the lives. My goal is to touch and change the lives of 55 million people. I told my students in class last week or week before last, when I had my own talk show, my own radio show, and I did some other ventures, I was tracking it. And then me and my wife had changed the lives and touched the lives of about 1.5 million people, which is okay. But that's far shy of what my actual goal of 55 million lives being changed because I existed. Because God put me here on this planet. While I have the time on this planet, 55 million. It's my goal. And I'm far short of it. So I'm not happy. I'm not successful yet. And money ain't gonna make me successful. That goal is. But in order to do that and live comfortably and leave a legacy, my financial goal, $155 million after taxes. So I can live comfortably, take care of my family and everything else, and leave a legacy for my kids, grandkids, and so forth. I can leave something behind. 155 million in after taxes, 55 million lives changed. And here's a big one. Watch this. My wife and I, we actually, the other day, I was clearing out my closet because I got a whole bunch of clothes that I bought. Some of you guys do. Whole bunch of clothes that I bought, whole bunch of shoes that I bought, never worn, or maybe worn one time, and they're piling up in the closet. And I said, you know what, this makes no sense. Let me do something righteous. The word righteous means right standing with the law. What would God want me to do? That's what the word righteous means, right standing with the laws of God, meaning be a giver. That's what righteous actually means, right standing with the law. Not just public laws, but I mean the laws of God. God is a giver and I want to be one too. So I want to be in right standing with him. So I bagged up, redid all my closets and everything else, and I bagged up stuff. And when I got down there, we gave the donation. I pulled up in my car. They said, oh my God, man, you need to, no. I'm not going to be treated differently or with prestige because of the cars I drive or whatever. No, because I'm here to touch another life, not to be celebrated like I'm somebody. Because like I told my students in class, I'll never forget when I lost all that money, I was 1 week from being homeless. So I never forgot that experience. And while I was down there and we was making our donations, watch what I'm saying about success to me. See, this is why you got to write down, what does success look like to you? Nobody can define that but you. And when you define and start working towards that, you'll find success knocking at your door, willing to work with you. So when I had got done with the donations and this and that, I asked them, I said, what else do you guys need? You want to know what they told Uncle P that broke my heart? And it could have been me. I was 1 week, lost millions of dollars, lost everything I had worked for. And me and my daughters were about to be 1 week away from homelessness if it wasn't for the grace of my God. And I heard what they said was needed, and it broke my heart. They said, well, sir, summer is coming up. And I want you guys to hear me because I need your help with this one. They said, summer is coming up. And they said, well, they'll probably need some shorts and lighter clothes and this and that. And I said, okay, I got you. He said, we also, watch this. He said, we need bottled waters. I said, bottled waters? He said, bottled waters. This broke my heart, and I'm going to say this quick and get off this camera before I start crying. Because it could have been me. He said, yeah, you know, right there on that corner where you're looking at, he said several people died last summer because of heat stroke. They said it was so hot outside and they had nothing to drink. I said, wow. Oh, wow. To know I'm standing several feet from a place where people just died because they didn't even have bottled water. And I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, I was in one of my little bougie cars, little fancy cars. That's why when I pulled up, they was Googling. I felt ashamed of myself for even driving that car there. I can't celebrate prosperity like that, knowing I'm in the midst of such chaos. And some of you guys would have been perfectly comfortable showing off like, oh, see, I'm better than these. No, you're not humble. That's why success is not knocking at your door, because you're trying to make success all about you. And then I went home and I made a nice financial donation so that they can have bottled waters. Plenty enough where they can buy a pallet of bottled waters. And make sure that everybody standing out there who are unfortunate have something to drink. That is success to me. Do you understand what I'm saying? What does success look like for you? Have you ever truly written it down? All right, you guys. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask for you to type a number 100 in the box if you felt like today's lesson really did help you. Like I said, I'm not going to always talk about Forex. Sometimes you need life lessons. Because Forex can only finance your life. It's not supposed to be your life. Some of you guys are being depressed because you ain't called on the Forex. That's part of the reason why. Because you're doing too much. You're making it your God. And it's only a tool. And the moment you step back and say, God, reshift my life, reshift my focus, you begin to see that he'll introduce you to something that was sitting right in front of your face the whole time. And it's much simpler. And you'll be like me. I don't need to waste my time dedicating hours upon hours, days upon days of my life on the charts. Because when I stepped back and I said, you know, enough is enough, God began to show me some things. Market makers method. Y'all seen that video? I did a live video. I took 4 trades, won 3 out of 4, and even the 4th eventually turned out to be a winner. I shot it from start to finish. So it's no scamming or playing around on people. It was start to finish. I just posted that one. Look at it. That was the last video I posted before this. Start to finish of me trading. And you see, I took one of those market on Swiss JPY. I've studied it for 3 years and walked away frustrated beyond measure studying the market makers method. I couldn't see it because I was making the charts too much of a god. And the moment I said, to hell with this, all of a sudden now I can see it just as clear as day. Why is that? Because God didn't want me making the charts the focus of my life. He said that can be a tool, but it cannot be your ultimate goal. I have something bigger for you to do. And some of you guys, that's why you're squabbling with the people in your house, cussing and arguing and going off. All y'all do is argue and hate each other, not realizing the person that you're trying to divorce or break up with could be the exact person you're supposed to be with, but you don't even appreciate the relationships you got. You don't respect your relationship. You don't respect your kids. You don't respect nothing because you're so focused on you and what you want until you're not seeing the bigger picture of what your purpose in life is. And nobody ever told you this information. You're so unfocused. And you wonder why success is not visiting your door, no matter how many ways you try to get into this thing. And I'm getting into crypto, and I'm getting into Bitcoin, and I'm getting into Forex, and then I'm getting into binary options, and then I'm getting into real estate investment, and then I'm getting into this, and you're getting into everything, and you getting nothing out of it. Type amen in the box if you know I'm stepping on your toe. I've been there. You have to define, what is my life's legacy going to be? What is my actual goal in life? And when you go back to those names that I told you, all kinds of opportunities opened up for them after they became focused on one thing. Then another door opened, and then another door opened, and then another door opened. I was looking at Kevin Hart, just absolutely fascinating. Started off struggling with what's that girl name? What's her name? Golly, her name eludes me, but they did a movie together. But anyway, I heard their story when they were struggling as comedians, and then they said, made a promise to each other that the one who's dating Common, I forgot her name, Tiffany Haddish. But I remember her talking about the story of how Kevin Hart loaned her some money when they were both broke. And they both made a commitment, hey, whichever one of us make it first, we're going to look out for the other person. And now both of them there. And they were just struggling comics. And I think she was almost homeless or homeless as well. I think she was homeless too, trying to be a comedian. See, focused on one thing, went through hell and back for the one goal they were after. And now she's a household name, Tiffany Haddish. They all have similar stories of focus and success later. And now they're a household name. And as a result of their success, now secretly behind the scenes, a lot of them are donating untold amounts of money, touching lives all over the place. You don't know about it, but that's what happened. And success found them because guess what? I can trust you with success. Yes, you're going to waste some money, but I know you got a good heart and you're going to end up blessing other people. And then that next door led to another door. Then the next door led to another door. And that's how success works. Once you reach one door, because you're focused, then it unlocks the next door. You don't have to worry about multitasking, unlocking all these doors for yourself. Focus on one. Ask God, which door do I focus on? I can't be in 5 doors at the same freaking time. Find one door. God, which door do I start with? And then when you reach that one, you'll find that God will open the next door. And success will knock and open the next door for you. Look at Kevin Hart. I mean, just commercials all over the place. Many movies and all he started was just trying to be a comedian. You look at The Rock. He plays in movies with him. Rock was nothing but a wrestler. Now he's one of the highest paid actors in the world. See how success will open the next door for you, the next door for you, then the next door for you. You don't have to keep chasing success. Be a disciplined person. Be focused. Be patient. Look for one thing and look for purpose, and then the doors will begin to unlock for you, including Forex. I promise you, when you see it, it's going to click and you're going to be like, you know what, that brother, man, that black dude with the baseball hat, he was on point. Because now that I actually see it, Forex is simple. But right now, you're chasing too much. You're not focused. And you're destroying relationships in the process. You're mean at home. You're argumentative. You don't get along with yourself. Don't get along with your significant other. Your kids, you don't spend quality time with them. You're doing a poor job at your job. You're not faithful on the job. Come on now. You needed somebody to tell you the TRUTH. And I'll leave you with this. I've given you truth. I've given you truth. But the Bible says the truth will set you free. And I tell my students all the time, the truth will set you free if you're willing to accept it. Have a good one. Talk to y'all later.